There's only one place in unmodded BT6 where you can see the Tack Shooter look like this. And that one place is in the Rogue Legends DLC, where we're gonna combine the following artifacts to start the Tack Shooter already at a crazy broken level. Here's the rundown. The hero artifact I picked that comes with Tack Shooter is Azili, and it comes with Quantum Leap, but ignore this because I'm actually gonna dump it. Because it doesn't align with the 3 starting artifacts. Homing projectiles makes the Tack Shooter home. And you'll see very quickly why that's so broken. Trick shot attacks makes them rebound off obstacles and also an incredibly large amount of range. Abundant choices for the long haul. We get an extra choice for an artifact every single time, which means a higher chance of buffing our Tack Shooter. Enough said. Let's see how well the Tack Shooter can plow through all 4 stages. For the record, I've done this type of showcase many times before with different heroes and towers, so in case you're interested, then please, I highly recommend checking out the playlist. You won't regret it, unless you never liked me or BTD6 in the first place, then maybe don't do that. The starting campfire allows us to enhance one of the existing artifacts, and that's just going to be trick shot attacks, now double the amount of range. That's probably all the range that we're going to need for, like, the entire rest of this run here. And as I said earlier, we're dumping Quantum Leap, yes, for absolutely nothing in return, just so you can see what homing projectiles alone looks like. I went right because I'm chatted up and I am bold with taking a shortcut. And the first chest sadly cannot buff our attack because we don't have artifacts that count primaries every category, so I'll just pick the highest rarity one. I want you to take a look at the attack right now. I guess, to be honest, that range honestly isn't anything special. So maybe we do need more than 2x range. And also the stats of the attack, like, are pretty much normal. But it having homing projectiles means, as you see, it becomes hyper efficient. It uses every single one of its attacks, well, efficiently. So what would normally be 16 shots and maybe 9 of them hitting is now 16 out of 16 hitting, for sure. I remember doing something similar in one of my Chimps Deep Free Play runs in this game mode. And only now did I realize what I've been missing out on all these months. Next chest, we might have just hit the jackpot, even if a common. Alchemist, Tack Shooter. Enough said. And now for our first minigame. If it's a race, we actually might be kind of screwed, and it is. Actually, what am I saying? Not screwed, because, like, this tack can easily be turned, I believe, into a Ring of Fire, and we're Gucci, right? Let me just see. Oof, that makes us very poor, and in doing this, I certainly don't have any camo detection. I can maybe make $800 and hopefully get it in time. Let's try. Go big or go home here. I actually don't mind retrying maybe 1 or 2 times here, just to get, like, an artifact from this. If I end up dying, that is. Now, we're not going to utilize any of the homing projectiles. It's just better straight up. Straight up to get some purple popping. Oh, also, wow. You know, I'm just going to send every single round. The attack is that good, yes, I promise you. And now, we'll get blades, because they have high pierce. And them homing, as you see, will do some pretty good damage, I would say. And just like that, even without any significant stat bonuses, we can indeed get, I think, a legendary. Isn't that kind of crazy? More camos leaking. I'll just get attack speed on this moto. I guess the map is also really easy. That is something I have to admit. I'm also just kind of curious. How does Blade Maelstrom work with seeking? Does it actually seek? Oh my god, I think it does. We only saw it for like half a second there, and I wish I didn't beat it that fast. Now I'm like begging for more races. This is our first meaningful bonus. It will have a downside, but the 66% is much worth it. Next chest, Ceramic Chunker is the only thing that buffs tack. For a moment, the end stage merchant, we have 4 different stat bonuses, but none of them are primary. So I guess we're getting nothing then. No worries, I think we're still strong enough. Map 1 is almost always easy. The only issue, which I guess is a pretty big issue, is that there is no innate camo on tack, so it's only going to be able to hit phase half of the time here. Even if just half though, I think during that half, the 12-second uptime where it can attack, it's just gonna go ham. Just you watch here. We can do 3 Tack Shooters, but only one of them can be bottom path overdrive, so I guess we'll do some inferior ones. Oh, accident, whatever, I'm just playing because I'm confident in the Tack's abilities. So wait for a decamo, and then you start to see the damage really shine. Waiting. Now, there we go. Begin the 12-second timer. 12 seconds is up. Now. Pretty good progress, eh? Now, if I do have to sell and replace it, not a big deal. Don't think I'll lose that much damage. Also, feeling cute. Don't feel like moving my Tack Shooters. Also, I can't sell and replace it. I'm an idiot. I got a little bit too used to playing Frontier, where you can retreat a tower and replace it, but here, no, you gotta wait for the end of round 14. With big range, I guess there's no reason to move it. It's already gonna home over here, even just hitting the AI. We'll wait patiently for round 14 here, and now that we got another refresh, this should do it. Another Outbuff Overdrive, and I don't see myself struggling to bosses anytime soon, although, ooh, Dread Bloon if it ever ends up showing up. I think we kind of need a primary count to all categories by then, or some other tower for that. I guess that's what the ninja might be for. Yeah, that's kind of the issue when doing these, like, showcase runs without the hero. Counters for Dread Bloon seem to be pretty few and far between. We should make it our mission now to at least get an overdrive so it sees innate camo. That'd be nice. Stage 1 complete. You gotta be shitting me. One of the better pads, the right side, has 2 Dread Bloon mini bosses. I guess we're not going that way then. We'll always shoot straight through the middle, because straight through the middle has 2 minigames that are likely also legendaries. There was nothing really worth enhancing at the starting campfire here. Just this and this, so instead, we'll just slowly upgrade one of our existing Tack Shooters. This will take a lot of campfires, but I am prepared to slowly make the way towards a Phase 205, as painful as that may be. This next minigame is an endurance race, so I'm licking my chops. 332k is a lot for early Stage 2, but I think we can do it with the power of Friendship and this thing called Maelstrom. Or maybe I should go Ring of Fire first, actually. Yeah. Ring of Fire is better first because it makes you the money guaranteed. The other thing is not the Maelstrom because it's only an ability. Let's send... Well, we know the Ring of Fire is capable of a lot. It's really just the camo, so... Send as much as we're comfortable with. Everything but the Moab, so 14 rounds now. In reverse, I believe the balloons come backward, so don't send yet. Let me get a Blade Shooter first, and then we can send the Moab out. And now our goal is to get 3355. Oh yeah, that Moab popped quickly. Never mind, we can go more. 3k did not take long at all, and now I think we can send out way more. Check this out. I'm gonna send up to 27 rounds. Use the Maelstrom, and I don't think I need to explain why that was so nutty there. I guess it was hard to see, but hang on, let me get more Maelstroms. We could use that, or second Ring of Fire. How about one here? Yeah, this looks like a good spot. Another one. And look at it. Bouncing off of map borders and having nearly infinite pierce on the blades. That's why it's doing that much damage, by the way. And with still what was it? 3.5 minutes left? Yeah, we're good. All I really need to do at this point is get more single target. As in, like, ZMG damage, because Maelstroms can only do so much for me. So a couple of these on the side. Now, my biggest roadblock is actually DDTs, because right now, I'm just relying on Alk buff for this working on it. Alternatively, I could also do hot shots. This is more efficient, like, damage-wise. But still, super sus. I need to just get more Alchemist before I send out round 35. And even then, we're still only halfway. Okay, whatever. If we lose, we lose, but we should have all of the leverage on our side. Especially with this too. 38 rounds. Try to spam more hot shots if possible, so we don't have to rely on Alchemist. And what am I talking about? Okay, DTs are easy AF. Now, the only thing I'm hesitant to send out is round 43. That is Fortified. I repeat, Fortified DDT, but I think we don't need to send that round to get to get there. Boost for fun. And there is our legendary. Well, I told you it'd be easy. Fortified DDTs? Oh, God. They kind of... Is it just me, or are they taking an awfully long time to pop? We're good, though. And that's now 2 for 2 in the minigames. Unfortunately, we're rewarded with nothing again that buffs us. And Spoken Heroes is kind of funny because it bursts a ring of attacks, but it's only support monkeys. I guess if we ever get the Counters All category later on, then this would be funny to have for the Tack Shooter, so I'll keep it in my back pocket for now. Second minigame, another race, let's go. I gotta break my 109 from stage 1, otherwise what am I doing here? I'm feeling so bold that I'm gonna YOLO it and send all 24 rounds out at once, yes. I'm serious, and it seems like 24 rounds out at once isn't even enough because just one Ring of Fire is effing them all up. The only thing I'd be concerned about are these mobs here while I don't have Maelstrom, but it should be back up by the time they start turning the bend. Use this. And yeah, that's what we're talking about, folks. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Overdrive here. I gotta get that mob before it turns the bend, otherwise it'll take us longer to clean up everything. But that's about as fast as you can do, guys. 49.5 seconds. I guess if you got the perfect cleanup, could have been faster, but good enough. Can you believe this is the first damage artifact we picked up the entire run so far? This is why we need to be taking the shortest path, because we can easily breeze through it with so much less than you think. Rest tile, we'll take a look at the recruits to see if there is a good Tack Shooter. If not, we'll just get one step closer. In hindsight, it probably takes less campfires to upgrade to a hot shot Ring of Fire instead of an overdrive, but it'll do. No stats here, but more cash. No stats here, so random. Legendary tile gets us Hawk's Tie for even more range, and shot spread reduced to 0, but I don't think that's changed by homing projectiles, is it? And okay, we found the upgrade we were looking for the entire time. Unification here will make the Tack Shooter count as all categories, but huge penalty. Less range and non-primer monkeys are so much more expensive. Which does hurt me right now, but for the long haul, it'll end up paying off. And because of unification, we'll also pick up Elite Inspiration to make up some of that range. Remember, tier 4s now have innate camo, so I don't actually have to get a mortar. And oh my god, do you remember that support monkey artifact? Remember how I said the tax would now spawn tax if it counted as a support? Well, look at that. Oh my god. We've got tax that's split into more tax. So in a way, this is kind of like a recursive cluster. That's awesome. Now, this alk buff is very expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. And now we're really kicking our strategy into overdrive. Yes, pun intended. To the point where we can now solo encounters with a single tower. The next legendary chest gives me BB Gatling for 66% more attack speed on Tack. Another encounter, Grand Magic Quickening, and that did not take long at all for a unification to pay itself off like bigly. Bigly. Recruit Tack? No. Okay. And now one step closer to the overdrive. Just need one more campfire. End stage merchant will just pick up 16% damage. And our total stats so far don't look too eye-popping. But again, you combine it with Unspoken Heroes and the homing projectiles, and it really is that OP. Dang it, I was actually hoping for, like, bloody puddles here. We'll probably hit max heat 10 billion times, but that's okay. Oh wait, I'm also only 600 off attack zone. Do you think I make the jump? The only issue is I have no lead popping, so I do have to spend... I guess I could have done a Zealy instead. Ah well. We'll see if we can make 2k, or if the attack just beats all 60k before we even have a chance to get tack zone. I think that's gonna happen, guys. This is insane. 2,000 DPS with just no buffs. Look, Ma, no buffs at all. I'm even just gonna let those whites leak because I got 450 to work with. Although, if more leaks through, I'll consider dropping something else. For now, though, no need. And also, why am I not making any money at all? Okay, now I am. But yeah, what else is there to say? We beat this in one round. Didn't give me a chance to get tax zone because it was so OP. But it's proof you don't even need it. We'd probably be better off just staying at overdrive. so that we can survive like normal encounters a little bit easier. And now to get even stronger with burn damage on this tack. And now we're officially at the halfway point. Of course, now we're hit with the longest rogue world in the game, so stage 3 is going to take a while. But for your viewing experience, I'm going to blast through real quickly. Opening camp, overdrive time. First chest, pure damage is worth it, trust me. And here we can get another big fat 30% damage boost. Next up, endurance race, which will definitely be 4 for 4 at. And I think I have enough confidence in my overdrive right now that we don't need to cheese with Ring of Fire, which is, like, you know, way less exciting to look at because it doesn't have the homing projectiles. We could pull out Maelstrom too, but I just want to show you how good the overdrive is. A tower not known to pierce a lot of balloons can somehow now hold off 10 rounds at once, I think. Case in point over here. The only issue is the lead popping, but thing is, every shot the attack shoots out only counts as 1, even though there's 32 projectiles. 16 actually, but you know what I mean. Just to make damn sure, even though I do see it has full uptime, I'll get a second one before I go for my overdrive. This is just to make sure I don't die to DDTs here. Let's see, here comes one. We'll do totem for attack speed, but look. Insta-killed. We're also 4k from getting a attack zone, so please. Let's see the tier 5 tack for the very first time here. Boom. We get more range to boot, and I think we're safe enough to go up to 47. Oh my god. You can see the lifespan, and I think the projectile speed is much faster. God, in a way, I wish I moved this to the middle, so it could be constantly attacking. This is too far behind right now, to the point where, wait a minute. We're only halfway to our goal, and there's still 1.5 minutes left. I gotta pick up the slack and send more rounds out. Shit. Actually, no worry. Legendary now. Didn't give us an indicator, but we know we've passed it. We always have an ice tower here, so don't mind me if I just get another +1 damage on every attack here. But you see what I mean? We absolutely could have sent up to like round 70 and been fine. But I'd rather save from lagging out like crazy. Our reward for that is now more utility, and knockback on hit. I'll take. The next legendary chest gives us 43% attack speed at the expense of slower projectiles, and zigzag, but I mean, it's homing anyway, so why does it matter? I'm gonna skip because it's too long. And even though this is not a race, it's gonna be a 5 for 5. 5 for 5 because, simply put, overdrive just works. I'm not even gonna spend the money on Berserker Brew. That's it. That's all we need. And I guess it's time to make my Alchemist Giga Crack now. Sure. No buffs here, so get to the chopper. Who knows if we need to actually Chinook the attack around since it's not full range yet. And another legendary encounter gives us 56%. There's 2 back-to-back phase bosses, but I'll really just show you one of them, because it should give you pretty much the gist of the tech destruction. Anyway, it is a great thing that we have the Chinook, because now I can actually move it along the track. Otherwise, I would have to buy new overdrives, but here, we can see just how much one does, and in just 10 seconds, or under 5, we're at 20 kills, excuse me. By the way, the legendary is 38. I want to let you know. What the hell, Iante? Attack zone time, F it. I don't know how that green snuck through. Okay, it didn't, but man, that would have been crazy. Kind of like World War II or any other battle where almost one entire population is wiped out, but there are miraculously a few survivors. Probably not the greatest analogy to make compared to a chill-driven balloon popping game, but anyway, we got the legendary. Let's end it. We must take 18% attack speed as our reward. Nothing good for the second phase mini-boss other than Duckageddon, which I guess my tax can now add ducks to the equation for their damage. One last boost to the Merchant, 20% damage, and Discord for 30 and 60% pierce, but making projectiles fly even weirder. I'm cool with that trade, and anybody want to give a shot, an estimate of how long it will take to pop balloon areas? No fast forward. The only thing that will be fast forwarded is maybe my footage if this ends up taking too long. We are $50 short of affording an Alchemist. I'll just simply buy that for 201. We'll deal with leads after because I just want to get Tack Zone first. 3, 2, 1, and let's begin counting. I wish there was a timer, but so far, 1 second is through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you get 7, good job. We also didn't need lead popping. There was not a single lead that showed up. This might be the most overpowered I've ever been in a rogue run. And I guess if you saw those stats earlier, then you shouldn't be surprised at a 30 plus X normal tack being that strong. It ought to be expected at that point. Essence of Ballooneers actually nerfs me, but I will drop that as soon as I can. For now, I think I'll drop Enchanted Rebuttal because we don't need utility if everything dies within half a second. And these are our current stats through Stage 3. What's the last boss gonna be? Not that it really matters. Oh, actually, maybe Vortex. I guess I could use more range if I do want to kill it within half a second. So we'll focus on range for this one. The opening campfire, I'm going to heal because I end up skipping tiles earlier because they were taking too damn long. And because I healed, I can use that to my advantage by skipping this one. Now, this legendary rest tile is a good time to probably upgrade to a Tack Zone. There is a Maelstrom, and I guess I could enhance one of these to a legendary. But actually, wait, no, I should. Look. Trick Shot attacks for 200% range. I think I got it. That solves all my problems, like, straight up. First legendary encounter of the stage. I guess we're going to keep on getting that 18% ability. Another mini-boss. This one might take longer because I think Blast will stun my attack. But still, 41 should be easy. Like, out of curiosity, let's take a look at the range here. This is a 200%. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would have been bigger than this. It's also the same thing I said last night, but that's besides the point. 41. How quickly? Bit slower, but it's also not. Oh, yeah, you see? Why is it? It just suddenly stopped attacking. Is that because, like, the rock is on top of the middle and it just stops? Bruh. And this is why Blast Populace is the worst boss and is no fun. It just kills all the momentum that our insanely OP gang brought for us. Oh, I might be dead. Wait. Oh, God. What do I do if during the max heat phase? Do I have any utility, like a Spike Factory? I do not. My best bet is blowing the balloons back. God, this boss sucks ass. Not only that, but we can't sell our towers either. Like, to get rid of, like, instantly, because it will make some towers unsellable. I have to just kind of wait for them to be unsellable, or sellable at some point. Piss off, Blasty Boy, you're no fun. Yeah, I can barely sell one tower at a time right now. So cooked. Idea to make things better? Just Chinook the Tack Zone away, and suddenly, we won't get any kills. Easy. Attaboy, that solves everything. Chinook MVP. Otherwise, we'd be waiting here 10 times longer. Nothing good, so I'll just pick up Bargaining Chip. Little bit of attack speed and 40% range at the mid-stage Merchant. We'll finish our perfect run of legendaries with another one on this minigame. So, you want to see me do it one last time? How about it all the way up to round 42 to start? I am that confident in the Tack Shooter's capabilities, and am I wrong to put trust in it? Seems good to me so far. Yep, so good that I will make the jump to Tack Zone, and we'll do round 55. That's a good round to hopefully not lag too badly. Just a couple AMDs here. And easy peasy. The Tack only has enough range here, but some of the Tacks can still hit the bottom right side. Thanks to the very awesome power of homing. And 30% more damage? You've got to be shitting me with these choices. That's why I'm telling you, the abundant choices to start the run off was such a good idea. Who knows how much worse we'd be off without it. I'm gonna just dump off what I don't need now. In exchange, we can get 480 monkey money. I consider that a fair trade for several hours work. And now, it really doesn't matter what map. We're gonna win regardless, and we're gonna win fast. Muddy Puddles again. So, who wants to take a guess at how quickly it'll die this time? So the thing is, I want the Tack to be able to hit the entrance, so I want to put it in a spot that won't get stunned on Skull 1 and any of the skulls afterward. I think here might be okay. And the only thing I'm concerned about really is... Oh, yeah, there's more range here, duh. Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. I think Tex will have enough, even though the first lane spawns left side, to hit... Well, hang on. Fine. No, I didn't need to get that attack. Holy crap. That was quick. We can sell this now, I don't need ya. We just have to wait for the 6 seconds between the shield being down to be able to damage it, so there's a minimum time. Also, I guess we can't... No, it's still hitting. It's still attacking, so that's good. The attacks will inevitably try to hit the balloons on the left side, so I won't die there. But yeah, this is one of those moments where I wish there was, like, a way to up the difficulty. I want to throw this thing against a 40 million HP tier 5 boss. But I guess you have to settle with this instead. Anyway... I guess I can't say I didn't tell you so when I said this is the only way, the only game mode where you can do this unmodded. And that's why I highly recommend you get Rogue Legends if you haven't already. Like, it's good. Sure, there was some issues on release, but it's genuinely a pretty fun game mode now. We'll extract Unspoken Heroes for the funny and the end. That concludes all 4 stages. Here are our final stats in case you're curious. Once again, if you do want to get Rogue Legends for yourself and you haven't already, I would highly appreciate it if you use code ISAB. But my feelings won't be hurt if you don't. Also Frontier if you haven't, but I'm not gonna lie, I would say right now, yeah, if I had to choose between the two, Rogue is better. Maybe Frontier would be better with more updates, but yeah, that's my take.